Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Akakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us His truth and continually teach us His truth. And peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect that's laboring in His word of true sincerity. Alright, Lord willing, this video can be edifying. And I'm entitled it, A Sword is Set Upon You, and Who May Drive It Back? And that's found in 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter. You know what I'm going to get. But first I want to get an article that the brother Elder Shamar has sent in the chat. And, this shows you, man, what's coming. Because the scriptures speak about the slain of the Lord being at that day from one end of the earth to the other. And Lord willing, I could get that precept as well. But I'm going to go ahead and read this article. It says, and notice it has coronavirus at the top because they're using this coronavirus as a propaganda to push their New World Order. It says, Arizona, Texas officials order more trucks in latest sign of rising COVID-19 rates. And so allegedly, every day is new numbers of the COVID-19. So what they're saying is that it's going to be more dead bodies. So it says that Arizona and Texas are ordering more trucks, which is, which I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna show you what which brothers already know, but just for the edification, I got that on another tab. But it says Phoenix and some Texas counties are ordering more trucks as the number of COVID-19 in the states move into the next chilling phase and overwhelming death toll. Okay, so, well, yeah, pretty much, that's it. But let me show you what a morgue is. It says is used for the storage of human corpses awaiting identification or removal for autopsy or respectful burial, cremation, or other method. So pretty much they're used to store dead bodies. Now, why are these countries getting all these morgues? Because a lot of death is coming. Okay, and it's from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. But he's going to use the wicked, which is Esau, Edom, which the scriptures say, deliver me from the wicked, which is thy sword. He's going to use his sword on the left-hand side, which is Esau, Edom, to bring a lot of death out here. And it's going to begin with you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. It's going to begin with his people. Okay? And let me go ahead and prove that real quick. Before I even get into that, let me just go ahead and prove that. Because that's what's coming, man. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, he had his men out here. His prophets, beginning with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and the men that they learned from. He had his men out here telling you what the deal is. Telling you to seek him. And you niggas rebellious, man. And here it is, us brothers linked up in Atlanta, which we just got back today, me and the brother Yaramla from ATL. But, we was down there and Jake was rebellious, bucking up, trying to teach us. And the Lord has had enough of that. So what he's getting ready to do is send that sword upon you. Okay? But anyway, this is 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 17. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. And if it first began at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High? So judgment is going to begin with the people of Israel, the people of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, his nation, his chosen people. Okay, which are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. That's where the judgment is going to begin at, because we are the only ones who he love and care about. So therefore, he's going to deal with our people first. You 2/3. Like it says in Amos, the 3rd chapter, you only have I known of all the nations, therefore will I punish you. Roughly paraphrasing, he's going to begin you know, whipping his child, man, so to say. But it says, and if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear? You know, because it's going to be, you know, a real rare thing to be delivered. You know, because we understand that 2/3 of our people, that's more than half of our people, is going to perish. You know, they're going to perish. Okay, and we're seeing Yahweh Shem Shah put the, you know, line everything up, because he's already judging our people, but it's going to intensify on a super high level, man. It's going to intensify, and this is an omen right here. This is an omen. Okay, these morgue trucks, you know, showing you what time we approaching, man. We're in California is beginning to shut down things again. You know, and soon it's going to be a second wave, man. And Lord willing, you know, this time it's going to be it, because when the first wave hit, we experienced the famine of the word on a low level. You know, it was low level. You know, brothers wasn't going on the highways and byways, but the word was still going on YouTube. But this time, the internet could very well be shut down, and that famine of the word can come. And it's not going to be a recovery, man. It's not going to be a certain amount of time where the internet is shut down, then it's back up and we back on the highways. No, man. You know, the Lord said that, you know, in Revelation, the 7th chapter, that once the elect is sealed, that 4 winds is going to be released, which is that destruction. You know, and when the Lord brings this, he's not going to chill. He's not going to slow down. He's not going to let up. You know, and I remember hearing Apostle Tahar say this before. You know, he was going into when the Lord bring judgment. You know, he's not going to stop. But I believe he said something like, he described it as in you know, when you turn the water on, or it might have been another brother I heard say it, but when you turn faucet water on blast, that water is coming out and you can't stop it, you know, unless you turn it off. But it ain't gonna be no turning the judgment off that Yahweh Shem Shah is getting ready to bring. But anyway, let me get these scriptures. The 2nd Esdras chapter 16 verse I'm gonna start at verse 1. Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Gird up yourselves with clothes of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? Okay? And what's the modern day sword? The gun. But the ultimate sword is the nuclear missiles. But that sword, okay, is getting ready to be sent upon you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. You know, because that's the judgment that Yahweh Shem Shah is going to send upon you. Okay? And it's coming. You know, you Jake still think that this is a game, man. You still think that shit is funny. The Lord is getting ready to wipe that smile and that pride off your fucking face soon, man. You know? And just to get a precept to back this up, because it says a sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? This 2nd Esdras chapter 15. Verse 19 is a good one, but I want to get the one where, oh, here it is, verse 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth not, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. This is weapons. Okay, Esau is getting ready to come out, because let's not forget, he was blessed with the sword. He's getting ready to use the full extent of his blessing to try and exterminate our people, man. You know? And the Lord is going to allow him to get 2/3 of our nation. You know, that is right around the corner, man. You know, and that's why articles like that is coming out. But anyway, Reading this again, verse 3, a sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? Because the Lord is not going to chill, man. Once he starts jacking up you 2/3, he's not showing no mercy. That's why in Ezekiel, the 9th chapter, when it says slay utterly old and young, he told the angel, he said, let not your eye have pity. Because he's not showing pity on you 2/3. You know, he's been showing you, he's been giving you a chance at mercy for so long. You know, a lot of times when we go to camp, we see the same faces, the same Jakes. And we see them like 4 or 5 times that one camp, walking up and down the block. So they don't have an excuse. You know, they don't have an excuse, man. It says a fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? It says, may any man drive away an hungry lion in the wood, or may anyone quench the fire in the stubble when it have begun to burn? You see that? So he's pretty much saying, like, look, there's nothing you could do to stop what I'm bringing. That's what Yahweh Shema Shai is saying right here. Okay? And when that sword is sent, when this death comes on a high level, it's not going to be no escape unless you are a man of the Lord, unless you are a part of the 1/3. Okay? So let me get, I think that's Jeremiah 5:22. And if anything else come out, then you know, I get it. If not, I'll close. This Jeremiah chapter 5 verse, oh nah. It's not it. Hold on. This is here we go. Jeremiah 25:33. And the slain of the Lord shall be at that day from one end of the earth even unto the other end of the earth. They shall not be lamented, neither gathered nor buried. They shall be dung upon the ground. You see that, man? And that's why they got all these morgues, because, hey, they just going to be throwing these bodies in there, man, because it's going to be, and then a lot of bodies just going to be on the ground. It ain't going to be no burials, ain't going to be none of that when the Lord brings this judgment, man. You know, you're going to see a lot of Israelites put to death soon, because you Jakes don't understand who the enemy is. You think that your own people is your enemy, which we're under the curses, but your number one enemy is Esau, because Esau hates you more than your own people do. This man knows who you are, and he wants to exterminate you, because he knows that we're the ones, beginning with Yahweh Shai, that's going to rule next, and he's going to be underneath us in slavery. So when he comes down, man, which let me go ahead and get that. This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. It says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. And that's when Yahweh Shema Shai, he's going to put the spirit on Esau to come full throttle on you niggas. Full throttle. All gas, no brakes. When the Lord brings this judgment, he's not going to lighten the affliction on you niggas, man. The scriptures say there have not been a time like this, nor shall there ever be. This is going to be worse than the Maccabean period. Because the time we coming into, we've experienced this before in history, but it's going to be way worse. Because like I just mentioned, the Maccabean period, Esau was hanging our little kids, man, our infants, hanging on by the necks, man. 70 AD. This man has came up against us multiple times in history, but this is the last time that he's going to have a chance to keep his kingdom, which he's not going to win. It's already written. But he's coming down like never before. And ultimately, that's the judgment of Yahweh Shema Shai. That's not giving Esau any credit, because the Lord is putting a spirit on him to do that. You know? And you know, we understand why, man. We understand why you 2/3 got to go. But the beautiful thing about it is that you are going to be in the kingdom. You're going to come back through the loins of the elect, and you're going to be good. You're going to be blessed. You're going to have a spiritual body. You're going to be perfect, and you're going to be forgiven. You know. But you know, Lord willing, this video was edifying. You know, this is the time we coming into, man. High level judgment is getting ready to be poured out upon the earth. All right. So with that, you know, I'm gonna say shalom.